Hello and welcome to this session 14 of the paper 8 of Industrial and Environmental Biotechnology. So the topic of today's discussion is control of parameters and scale up of industrial fermenter. So the measurement and control of bioprocess parameters is a very important aspect for the proper fermentation process and for the better yield. So now let us classify these parameters. What are those important parameters we have to focus on? So the parameters are being classified under three subheadings: the physical parameters, the chemical parameters, and the biological parameters. The physical parameters are the temperature, pressure, flow rate, viscosity, turbidity, and power consumption. And the chemical parameters are the pH, substrate concentration, product concentration, oxygen concentration, waste gases like carbon dioxide concentration, ionic strength, etc. Apart from this, biological parameters like activity of specific enzymes, protein concentration, ATP concentration, DNA and RNA content. So these are some of the important parameters that had to be uh, always monitored for the proper or for the successful completion of the bioprocess. Yeah, this is how we are going to look into. We have a cell, either a bacterial cell or a plant cell or a microbial cell. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen source and other nutrients are being supplied, and we get the output as carbon dioxide, biomass, metabolites, water and heat. So this is the input and this is the output. And different parameters, this is another way of representation of a physical, chemical and biological parameter. And this is a typical fermenter with various ports. All these ports are for for sample checking. So this is this may be one port, and this may be one port, and this is one port, and all these are ports for a fermenter, where we can analyze the sample, we can check the pH, we can check the product formation, etc. Yeah, the culture main in situ sensors used for the measuring cultivation parameters. At that site, some sensors are being present in the vessel or in the bioreactor, which are being used to control, which are used to measure the parameters like temperature and pressure flow, gas flow, and other things. Now let us see the temperature sensor. It is in 100 point, and the range, temperature range is 0 to 150 degrees centigrade, and accuracy is around 0.1 degree centigrade. The pressure will be around 0 to 2 bar, and accuracy is 2 millibars. And gas flow, thermal mass flow meter, and accuracy is 0.1%. pH is measured by pH electrode, and the range of pH will be around 2 to 12. So usually in the pH scale we have around 1 to 14, but in this the sensor shows have a sensitivity of 2 to 12 pH. And oxygen concentration and carbon dioxide concentration. We have some electrodes and membranes, electrodes to check the parameters like oxygen and carbon dioxide within the fermenter. So the importance of all these fermenter is, all these parameters is, if these parameters, say for example, why these parameters need to be monitored. Say for example, we are growing a microbial cell, and that particular some X microorganism is showing optimum growth at 35 degrees centigrade or 36 degrees centigrade. So if the temperature within the bioreactor or in the fermenter is going to increase due to some reactions which are releasing the heat, So the temperature is going to increase within the vessel, and that has to be moderated. That has to be brought back to 36 degree, or else the growth of the cells is going to come down, or the cells may die. So that is why we have to maintain a proper temperature, and these parameters have to be monitored. And pressure also is a very important property, viscosity of the medium, and uh, power consumption. pH is another important parameter. Many a times what happens when the microbes or the cells, they consume the substrate and they convert it into certain metabolites or into certain products or into certain organic acids, the pH of the surrounding or the within the environment of the bioreactor is going to change, and that has to be monitored. And even the oxygen concentration is important for certain cells. On the other hand, even the carbon dioxide concentration has also to be monitored within the bioreactor or within the fermenter. If these parameters are being not monitored or not being maintained, we may not get a better yield, and the cells may die, and the fermentation process may be a big loss to the economic loss to the industrialist. So the maintenance and measurement of parameters is a very important aspect for the successful fermentation process. And nowadays there is no need to just uh, frequently monitor. There are majority of the fermenters are automated, they are computerized, and there are sensors. The sensors are so sensitive that if there is a slight change in the pH of the medium or of this system, it will immediately, if the pH is dropping down, it will immediately add the alkali, and it is going to maintain the proper or the required set pH. So this is a kind of technology we are having, artificial intelligence we are having, so that will monitor all these things. So now let us move on to another important aspect called as scale up. After discussing the parameters that are necessary to be always monitored in a fermentation process, now we look up to scale up studies. Scale up studies are carried out at the laboratory or even at the pilot plant scale fermenters to yield data that could used to extrapolate and build large scale industrial fermenters. So scale up is nothing but how we start from a small flask of 100 ml to 1000 ml, then to 10 liter, and then to 1000 liter, or in a much bigger quantity. And this process we call it as a scaling up of the process. We try to build industrial fermenters capable or close of producing fermentation products as efficient as produced in small scale fermenters. So this is a typical image that is going to show you how we screen the cells, media design and optimization, process development, and then it is for scale up or technology transfer, and then we go for large scale production, and then we get a product. So it starts from the lab, it starts from the working bench, and then we go for a larger production or at the industrial level of the production. And this entire process we call it as scaling up. We scale up, or we call this process as so this entire sequence of reaction, say from 1 ml, say from 1 ml to 100 ml to 1 liter, to 10 liter, and then to 100 liter, and then to 1000 liter, we go for a bioreactor or we go for a fermenter. So initially at the lab, what we do in the pilot scale. So pilot scale is for small trial, maybe for 1 liter or maybe for 10 liter. We do it on the working bench, or we do it in the laboratory. So here we correlate the we may try by changing the raw material, and we look or we compare how much amount of the product is produced in the 1 liter to 10 liter scale, and so that it can be expected in the 100 liter it may produce near what we get in 10 liter. We may get a near amount of the same product we may get in the nearby nearby amount we may get. So it can be expected if we are getting say uh, around 5% is the product, if 5% is the product of the total total fermentation, if the product say for 100 ml of the raw material we are getting 5 gram of the product is the yield. So we can tell, so if for 100 ml it is, say for then for 1000 ml it will be around 50 gram, and for 10,000 ml it will be around 500 gram of the product. So this is all about scale up, the importance of the scale up, why scale up studies are important. If we don't have a idea and if we blindly go, then it will be quite a cumbersome, and we may not get the expected amount of the product, and it may be a loss to the industrialist. The purpose of the scale up is to ensure that the fermentation process is technically and economically viable. Please try to understand this point. Two important words are there. The purpose of the scale up is to ensure that the whole fermentation process is technically sound and economically it is viable. Economically viable ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, because the industrialist who is investing lot of money, labor, power, electricity, water and other things, chemicals, raw materials he is investing, and if he is not getting the expected product, then the whole phenomena will be under a great loss. So all these things have to be calculated, and it has to be checked whether it is feasible or economically it is viable to do it in a large scale. It allows investigation of a product and process on small and intermediate scale before large amount of money is being invested. So it will be like a trial. So we are going to check from 100 for 100 ml, then for 1 liter, then for 10 liter, and so on. We identify how much of the product is being produced, so that we can expect how much of the product is will be produced in the large scale. To get the same fermentation efficiency as obtained in small scale fermentation at the most economical values, failing of process at industrial scales may cause $1 million loss. So scaling up gives an investor more confidence on chances of success and against economic disaster. So this is very, very important, the purpose of the scale up. The very purpose of the scale up is to develop optimal environment and operation conditions of different levels for a successful fermentation industry. The conditions that need to be studied include substrate concentration, agitation, mixing, aeration, aeration, power consumption, and rate of oxygen transfer, etc. In an in a conventional setup, a fermentation technique developed in 3 to 4 stages. The initial stage involves a screening process, and the next stage is a pilot project, pilot which is at the working bench for a fermentation process with a capacity of 5 to 200 liters. The final stage involves the transfer of the technology developed in the laboratory to the industry. Uh, this is another some extra information related to the steps in the scale up. And a pilot plant can be used for evaluating the results of laboratory studies and making product and process corrections and improvements. So what we do at a laboratory, which is in a flask, and this will be sent to a pilot plant. In a pilot plant, instead of using a flask, we use a small fermenter at a pilot scale, where we look into, we may put around 1 liter to 10 liter of our raw material, and we look at, we vary various parameters, we add various vitamins or other growth factors, so that the organism should multiply nicely and the product should be produced in large amount. So all these things, all these kinds of manipulations and exercises are done in the pilot scale. The temperature is being either it is maintained +1 or +2. All these kind of plus and minus kind of things are being done in the pilot scale, and they develop it for the industry, and then once the technology is ready, it can be transferred for the industry. And after this, we have the downstream process, which is yeah, this lecture will be continued in the next session. So in today's discussion, we have discussed about what are the important industrial parameters for the successful fermentation process. So they are physical parameters, chemical parameters, and biological parameters that has to be monitored properly for the successful fermentation process. The importance of scale-up studies are to ensure the fermentation process is technically and economically viable to be produced in the end at a large scale. So what are the important considerations has to be taken in the scale up process that we have seen? What is a pilot plan we have seen? Once this is ready, we can send it for the large scale fermentation process. So we have seen the upstream process and the downstream process. So already we are familiar with the upstream process. In the next lecture, we'll be discussing about the downstream process. So with this, I stop here. I thank one and all for your listening, and I hope this will be useful for you. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.